Welcome, it's Denome. And in this market update, we're going to look at the most interesting chart, in my opinion, right now, because I just finished watching the Trump versus Biden debate. And as you can see, this blue line has absolutely dumped on the chart here. And that's quite interesting. Biden basically nuked his chances of becoming the next president or continuing the presidency, and Trump has increased his chances. And take a look at this bottom here. You can see that governor of California, Newsom, he has actually increased his chances by a mile. So it looks like Biden will be replaced by Governor Newsom in the next days or so. So this website here is realclearpolling.com, and they're basically trying to bet on who's becoming the president. And there were some other betting sites also that showed me that after the debate between Trump and Biden, Biden was the obvious loser. We even saw CNN posting this on their broadcast that Trump won by 67% and Biden lost with 33%. So that's basically it for the debate. And obviously Trump is the pro-crypto, pro-stock market candidate basically, and he has promised that he will stimulate the economy and make everything great again, which means that he will spend like a drunken sailor, which is obviously good for asset prices. So stocks started to go up after the debate, or even during the debate. Stock options started to go up. Bitcoin didn't have a lot of impact, but Bitcoin is basically just hanging on right now. And that was basically just my analysis of the situation here. I don't want to talk more about the politics and any of that. Now I just want to talk about Bitcoin and crypto. Basically, that is going on. I just thought this was interesting, and maybe you haven't seen this chart here, which I think is just funny. Anyway, going back to crypto, just looking at the chart here, we did have this nuke to the downside, and then we had a pretty amazing bounce on the chart. And here I got bearish once again when the price hit about 61K. But now we're actually basically back in the zone, and Bitcoin is trying to decide where it wants to go. And I just want to show you this, that there is actually some bullish momentum on Bitcoin. So when we take a look at the RSI, you can see that we had a lower low on the RSI, but a higher low on the chart, which means that it is a bullish divergence. And bullish divergence means that the momentum may have shifted, and we may get some upside momentum going in the near future, maybe even all the way up to the top of this channel here. So we could see some pretty nice recovery here, and many people will be flipping bullish, and I might actually flip bullish as well. So the time to actually sell Bitcoin would be at the top of this channel. So I might make a small trade here once we breach this line here to the upside, and then I will probably sell here, just like a short-term trade. And currently, overall, I'm about 40% in Bitcoin. I still have 20% in Ethereum and some random altcoins that I still hold, and I'm about 40% in gold and stable coins. That's my current position. So I might make a small trade here and there, but that's basically my overall expectation where Bitcoin is going. For altcoins, unfortunately, I'm not even really that bullish in the short term. Obviously, some altcoins, even some of my favorites that I like, but the problem here is, like I showed you in my previous video, let me go there. Like I showed in my previous video, in the time to panic or double down, when we looked at the real world data, we saw that retail investors don't have money. And that's the biggest issue for altcoins, is that retail investors don't have money, and there's so many options. Like there's over 200 blockchains now, 20,000 projects that you can actually invest into. So the liquidity is so dispersed, and because retail investors don't have really that much money, it's very hard for altcoins to actually outperform Bitcoin. Obviously, there's a winner here and there, so you can still make gains. But overall, if you want less headaches, Bitcoin is pretty much the best bet, or even Ethereum, if you want to bet on altcoins. So that's unfortunate situation with altcoins, because I would like to bet on all of these different small altcoins. I like to do that, but unfortunately, the markets are not really blowing into that direction. Another interesting chart that I saw that I want to talk about in this video was this one here. So according to this chart here, 525 billion are in unrealized losses on banks' balance sheets. So I actually went ahead and confirmed if this chart is true or not, because you can see here that this is the great financial crisis and these are the numbers today. So I went ahead and I went to the FDIC website and I went to the quarterly report number 2, which basically shows the Q1 numbers of 2024. So let's actually go down here and let's verify the chart that we just saw, and it's right here. So this was actually a true chart. So as you can see here, this is the unrealized losses on FDIC insured institutions balance sheets. And when you take a look at this 2024, we're looking at a negative $500 billion, which is just a staggering number, because when we compare that to the great financial crisis, these are basically rookie numbers. So I think this this is not great. This is like a heavy anchor holding back a boat. So you have your boats on full steam, but because you have that anchor stuck on the ground on the bottom of the seafloor, the boat just cannot get anywhere. This is just a massive drag on these ships. So even though the economy might be doing good, and I can show that here as well, like this was quite positive here, by the way. You can see that net income of FDIC insured institutions, you can see that the income dropped significantly and scarily by the end of 2023, but by Q1 of 2024 we saw a nice recovery on the net income of these institutions. So this is still positive. So this is not screaming like a crisis in my opinion, but this is still like holding back that boat, that it might take some miracle basically to get back to the positive numbers on the balance sheet. But who cares about the unrealized losses, right? Nobody cares about that, obviously. So these numbers are just gonna hang on here, wait until we get some stimulus. And Trump has said that he will make America great again. He will do all of these stimulus packages and everything will be nice again once he gets to be the president once again. So if he actually does get to become the president, these might be wiped out. The question is, will we have a crash before that or not? And I don't know if we will have a crash. There are some indicators obviously that point to a crash, but it doesn't mean that there will be a crash, because if Trump becomes the president, I would assume that he will take massive action immediately if he does become the president. So we might just go directly into quantitative easing and we just kind of hang sideways until that actually happens. Let's see. But all in all, I just want to point out a couple of numbers which are pointing towards a potential crash coming. So here you can see the number of problem banks, and this number has started to rise once again. And then we see the number of assets that these problem banks have, which is these dark blue bars, and you can see that these are actually growing as well. So we do see some additional points of interest, let's say, that point towards the economy not really doing that great and the recovery being a little bit, let's say, delayed, in my opinion. So those are basically the situation we are currently in. And now let's take a look at the Bitcoin holders, because here we get additional hope, at least for the short term. So now we're currently looking at the total number of holders of Bitcoin. So any wallets that have some amounts of Bitcoin are tracked in this number, and then we can even track the number of different wallet sizes. And right now we are seeing an increase in these whale wallets once again. So as you can see, the red line here shows wallets that have 10,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin inside them. So this has actually increased from 102 wallets to now 104 wallets, which signals to me that the whales are basically accumulating at this level. And we can see these larger or other whale wallets also basically going either sideways or slightly upwards. So we are seeing some whale accumulation at these levels, which is, in my opinion, very, very nice. And that might actually boost the the momentum shift that we saw here in the RSI. So Bitcoin might have that short bullishness to it. So it might be nice to be bullish until we hit this top here, then flip bearish once again, or if we actually breach above this line here, then we might actually flip even like a medium term bullish. So in the short term, I don't know, I guess I'm neutral at the moment in the short term, because I'm 40% Bitcoin, 40% stablecoins and gold. Anyway, that's the interesting situation there on the Santiment tool. If you want to use this tool, there's a link in the description. And by the way, if you want to buy Bitcoin or any other, I do have a lot of affiliate links, and I'm happy if you use my links. Just a short self-promotion. Anything else interesting here on the charts? Not exactly, except on Bitcoin, we do see some old wallets actually changing or selling Bitcoin here, which is not obviously the best news. Usually we do not want to see old wallets exchange hands at the bottoms here, but it's not always 100% accurate. As you can see, even at this low here, we saw some old money basically selling Bitcoin before the pumps. So it's not absolutely terrible, but this is not what we really want to see. We want to see old money basically sticking to their Bitcoin, and then we want to see a bullish momentum shift in the chart here, and that's basically when we can flip bullish. And we kind of are getting those signals right now, so this might be a decent time to get into Bitcoin. I did buy some Bitcoin back here at about 60k somewhere here. It was not 59k, nothing like that, because my buy order was not filled here, and this pump was so bullish here. I bought the pullback. Was it 60,600, something like that was my buy order, and now I'm like 40. Let's see where Bitcoin is going. Overall, Bitcoin looks pretty okay, I guess, for now. Altcoins, though, not that great, just because there's so much conflicting situations with altcoins, like so many projects, and then you are also taking the team risks, rug pull risks, the competition risk, because any project can copy the code of other projects, so you're always battling new competition, and it's very, very hard for altcoins to keep an edge in this very rapid environment, free market. So that's why altcoins in the long term are very difficult to actually bet on the right horses. And smart money has probably changed their tactics. I feel like when you have an altcoin and you think that altcoin is going to do very, very good in the long term, smart money might actually sell early, just because there's so much competition, so much dilution of liquidity, that even the short pump, the smart money might already actually fidget out and exit the trade. So we might not even see like these hard, long duration pumps on altcoins as easily as we saw before, when you were just easily able to capture market share. Now it's much more difficult with all of these projects copying each other and trying to basically compete against each other. So anyway, that's basically my update as of now, and everything is looking pretty okay, but just in the short, let's say until we do get that stimulus packages, it's very hard for me to actually go all in on Bitcoin and be very bullish, like we're gonna hit 90k or anything like that. I think the policies have to change for the for me to turn bullish, and we have to basically climb above this RSI line here. So that, I don't know, could be until even September, August, or when we are getting closer to the elections. It might be a good time to buy Bitcoin before the elections actually happen, because we probably know the outcome already based on the polls. So I don't know. That's basically just my analysis at the moment. Not a clear sign of anything. We are in my bear zone, obviously. So in the short term, I am bullish, but I am expecting a continuation even on Bitcoin prices. But I'm not taking any hard stances like I'm gonna sell everything at these levels, because over time Bitcoin fundamentals look very, very good, and eventually the stimulus money will come in anyway. And even if the banks start falling down, and they have to fumble over or whatever, that's when we will see the stimulus once again anyway, and Bitcoin kind of protects against the banking risk as well. So all in all, that's basically my situation, and I'm already starting to ramble, and unfortunately I don't have like as clear a picture as I used to have when we were in the bull zone here. But all in all, that's my update for today. I hope you liked it. If you like these kind of updates, consider following me or even joining the free Discord chat group if you want to. And I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.